This session explores scenario planning. Scenario planning is a strategic management tool used to anticipate and prepare for multiple plausible future scenarios that could impact an organization's strategic objectives. Unlike traditional forecasting methods that rely on extrapolating past trends, scenario planning involves developing narratives or stories about alternative future states and their potential implications. These scenarios are based on a range of critical uncertainties and driving forces, allowing organizations to explore different possible outcomes and devise strategies to navigate uncertainty and mitigate risks. Scenario planning is used in strategic management in several ways. Scenario planning helps organizations anticipate future trends, market shifts, and disruptive events that could affect their industry or operating environment. By considering a range of possible scenarios, organizations can identify potential threats and opportunities and develop strategies to capitalize on emerging trends or mitigate risks. Scenario planning enhances organizational resilience by enabling proactive planning and preparedness for a range of future uncertainties. By exploring alternative scenarios and their potential impacts, organizations can build flexibility into their strategic plans, adapt more effectively to changing conditions, and minimize the negative consequences of unexpected events. Scenario planning provides decision makers with valuable insights and alternative perspectives on potential future outcomes. By examining different scenarios and their implications, organizations can make more informed decisions about resource allocation, investment priorities, and strategic initiatives. This helps ensure that strategic plans are robust, adaptable, and aligned with long-term objectives. Scenario planning fosters stakeholder engagement and alignment by involving key stakeholders in the exploration of alternative futures and the development of strategic responses. By soliciting input from diverse perspectives, organizations can build consensus around strategic priorities, increase stakeholder buy-in, and enhance organizational agility in responding to change. The planning process involves several steps. The first step in scenario planning is to define the scope and objectives of the exercise. This includes identifying the key strategic questions or uncertainties that the organization seeks to address through scenario planning and clarifying the goals and outcomes of the process. Next, the organization conducts a comprehensive analysis of the external environment to identify key trends, drivers, and uncertainties that could shape future scenarios. This may involve analyzing economic, political, social, technological, and environmental factors, as well as industry trends and competitive dynamics. Based on the environmental analysis, the organization identifies the most critical uncertainties or driving forces that will have the greatest impact on its future. These uncertainties represent factors that are uncertain and unpredictable, but have the potential to significantly influence the organization's strategic direction and outcomes. For each critical uncertainty, the organization develops a set of plausible alternative future scenarios based on different combinations or permutations of the uncertainties. Each scenario represents a coherent and internally consistent narrative about how the future might unfold, taking into account the interplay of various factors and dynamics. Once the scenarios are developed, the organization fleshes out each scenario by describing the key events, trends, and developments that characterize the scenario. This includes identifying key stakeholders, describing their behaviors and reactions, and articulating the implications of the scenario for the organization. The organization evaluates the implications of each scenario for its strategic objectives, business model, operations, and stakeholders. This involves assessing the potential opportunities, threats, risks, and challenges associated with each scenario and identifying strategic responses and adaptive measures to address them. Scenario planning is an iterative process, and organizations should regularly monitor external developments and update their scenarios as new information becomes available. This ensures that scenarios remain relevant and reflective of evolving trends, uncertainties, and dynamics in the external environment. Here's some real-life examples of scenario planning. Shell is renowned for its use of scenario planning to navigate the complexities of the global energy industry. In the 1970s, Shell pioneered the use of scenario planning to anticipate future oil price fluctuations, geopolitical risks, and technological advancements. This approach enabled Shell to make strategic decisions that positioned it ahead of competitors and mitigated the impact of external shocks such as the oil crises. Electric Power Research Institute, a nonprofit research organization focused on the electric power industry, uses scenario planning to inform its research and development efforts and help utilities anticipate future challenges and opportunities. By exploring alternative scenarios related to energy demand, regulatory changes, and technological innovations, Electric Power Research Institute helps utilities develop strategies to adapt to changing market conditions and ensure reliable, sustainable energy delivery. The final example is the Walt Disney Company. Disney utilizes scenario planning to anticipate changes in consumer preferences, technological disruptions, and competitive threats in the entertainment industry. By considering different scenarios related to digital transformation, emerging technologies, and evolving consumer behaviors, Disney can adapt its business models, content strategies, and customer experiences to remain competitive and relevant in a rapidly changing landscape. These examples demonstrate how scenario planning is used by organizations across various industries to anticipate future uncertainties, enhance strategic decision-making, and build resilience in the face of change. By exploring alternative futures and their potential implications, organizations can proactively shape their strategies and navigate uncertainty more effectively.